no written values. Second is function with no argument but with written values. With arguments and no written value. The last category we discussed is function with argument and with written value. See what type of function I have written it here, which comes under this program, which comes under
function with arguments and with return values.
Exactly, function with arguments and written values. I have declared a user-defined function double1, inside which I'm passing a value, which is nothing but an argument I'm going to pass it, which is of type integer I have specified. So this is function. What it is? Function definition or declaration?
Function declaration.
This is function declaration. This we can call it as a function call. Here I'm calling the function double1. Here I'm passing a value y. See what is the value which it is given as 2. See this variable I'm passing to another function that from the main I'm passing a value which is nothing but the variable, the value of the variable y, it is passed from main function to the user-defined function double1, and this value you are passing it to the variable m, and I'm returning some operation I'm performing. After that, I'm returning that value to the what function this is? Main, we can call it as calling function or called function.
Calling function.
See, again, I'm returning a value to the calling function, and after that, I'm simply printing it. See, today we are going to discuss about as like variable, how I'm passing. Here, y is nothing but a variable. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Am I right? See, similarly, we can pass a function as like a variable. You can also pass a function to a other function. That is what we are going to discuss that. So to pass a function, we need one more function. So I'm writing another function, name it as square. See, you can name any function. So there also I'm going to pass one value. So I'm writing SQ. Sorry, this is all. Here, instead of passing this variable, what I'm doing here is I'm passing the function. This is also permitted. So it is also, sorry, it is also possible. See, in the previous case, I have passed a variable, which is nothing but an y. But here, what happens in the sense, to this function, I'm passing a function as an argument. See this when a control comes to this particular line, what happens in the sense the inner function will get executed first. So what is the value of the inner function? So it will invoke the function square. Whatever the value which is placed in y, that will be assigned to k. Simply k star k. So if the value is 2, 2 star 2. 4, the value 4 will be returned over here, and that value will be given to the function double1. So do you understand what is the difference between the previous program and this one? Yes? Hello? Do you understand what is the difference between the previous program and this one? In the previous case, we passed the variable as an argument. We simply pass the variable y. But here in this case, instead of passing the variable, you are passing the function itself. So this square is nothing but a function. You are passing this function as an argument to this function double1. So when you execute it, you will be getting the value of x is nothing but 8. Are you clear? See how
Yes,
as like variable, you can also pass a function as an argument. That is the first type. Do you understand? Like a normal variables, you can also pass a function as a argument. So instead of passing y, what I did, so this is the previous case. Am I right or wrong? You make this as a comment line. If this is the case, what happened? See here, I am passing the variable directly. This variable is nothing but an argument. Instead of passing the variable as an argument, you can also pass a function. That is also permitted. Are you clear?
Yes.
See, next topic is nothing but function with operators. So first topic, what we discussed is function as an argument. Like an ordinary variable, you can also pass a function as an argument. Your next category is nothing but function with operators. So what we can do in the sense, you can perform operations within the function itself. You can able to perform an operation. Any operation you can perform, either arithmetic operation or bitwise or logical, all the operations you can perform. See here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform function with only arithmetic operation. I'm going to show you a demo. See, for that you create two function. One is for getting an input. I'm writing. One second. You can write two functions. One function is for getting an input. Other function you can perform an arithmetic operation by invoking that. So for that I'm writing two functions. One is for getting input, as I said. So I make it as an input. So there I'm going to get only one input from the user, and also I'm using another function that is nothing but a square. See here also I'm passing only one variable. See, this is the function declaration. In the definition part, what I'm going to do is I'm declaring a variable x, which is of an integer data type. That x is for writing the function call. So here square, inside which I can give, see for example, 1 minus input of whatever the thing. So I can make it as x or y. So here I'm having another variable y. So I'm passing that variable. So here what happens in the sense, square is a function. Instead of passing an argument, what I'm doing here is I'm performing some operation. See, the output of the operation will be given as a value to this function square. So by this way also you can do it. Printf %d. I'm printing that x value. See, you can have the function definition part here. So int input. See there it has been specified as x. So I'm making it as a. See for example, scanf. You can get the value of a here. Double quotes, %d, ampersand a, then return a. See, this input function is for getting an input from the user. So by using a scanf statement, I'm getting the value of a. See, that value I'm passing to the variable y here. Whatever the input I'm getting, that will be passed over here. That is what it is written. See, and you also write another function square. See, square, it will get one input. After performing arithmetic operation, After getting an input from this input function, it perform an arithmetic operation. See, after that, the value will be passed to the square function that will be transferred to this particular function square. So I can make it as b here. You can write it return. You can make it as b star b. Simple operation you can perform it for your understandability. So here I'm making it as some 7. See, I'm executing SQ UAR. So it is asking for an input. See, for example, if I'm giving 2. So what happens here is, initially, what happens here? What happens? What happened? No one is there?
Value of A is read by the program.
Value of A is? Tell me how this program get executed, then why I'm getting 25.
First, the program starts from int main.
Yes.
Then it reads the value of x and y.
Yes.
And then in the function, the input y function is called.
In input, this function will get executed. Okay, what happens? If the control will be comes from some 7, the innermost function will get executed first. So input of y. So this function is invoked. The control will be given to statement 11. So here, what it will do, whatever the input you are giving, that will be passed to the variable 2, and you are returning that 2 to this input function. So 7 minus the output of this particular function is
5.
See, the output of this particular function is
2.
2. So 7 minus 2?
5.
5. So the value will be passed to the which function?
Square function.
Square function. So what I have did in square function?
Return value b star b.
B star b. So what is the value of b? You are getting it from your main function.
5.
It is 5. So 5 star 5, 21, 25 will be returned, and that value will be stored in the variable x. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the way your program will get executed. See, normally you can write a function with operators also. So which means you can also able to perform various arithmetic operations on functions also. This is an example for that. Are you clear? Either you can do addition, subtraction, and if you want to do multiplication, that is also permitted. And if you want to do division, that is also permitted. And whatever the operation you want to do it, you can do it. Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
See, next one is function and decision statement. See, what do you mean by decision statement? What do you mean by decision statement? Hey, what do you mean by decision statement? Hey, what do you mean by decision statement, Kanna? Hello, is I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what is a decision statement?
A statement which helps in making decision.
What are all the decision statements? Tell me those decision statements.
If else switch.
If else.
Yes.
If else switch case.
If else and switch case. See, and you can also use those decision statement along with your function. See, normally if you are working with if else, see, for example, how you will write it? If Inside the bracket, you will be giving condition. If the condition is satisfied, the if part will get executed. If the condition fails, your else part will get executed. Am I right or wrong?
Right, ma'am.
See, when you are working with function and decision statement, instead of condition, you can have a function here. You can have a function here. So that concept, we can call it as a function and decision statement. Are you clear? So as normally, you can have your decision making statement along with your function. If it is a decision making statement alone, you can have the syntax as if within a bracket you have a condition, then within the braces you can have the statement, else the else part will get executed. Whereas when you are working with function and decision statement, inside the if, instead of condition, you replace that with the function statement. Let me explain that with one example. Normally, how you can check whether the given number is odd or an even?
If remainder is 0, even if remainder is 1 odd.
If the remainder is equal to 0, you can tell that the given number is an even number, or else you can tell the given number is an odd number. The same thing, I'm going to write it with the help of this function concept. That is function and decision making statement. You can look at. So one function I'm going to write it, that is for getting the input from the user. So how many input I'm going to get is only one input, because I'm going to check whether the given number is odd or even. By the case, I'm going to have only one input statement. So I have declared the function input. Inside the main, what I'm doing here is I can check it. So if I can invoke the function here, if the input no need the decision, that is fine. So I can write a function like this. Int input, if the condition is true, how I can check is if whatever the input I'm getting, modulo 2, which is equal to 0. See, normally if I want to check whether the given input is odd or even, instead of passing a function, I can have a variable here. Am I right or wrong? Yes or no? See, normally, in order to check whether the given input, if it is an odd or an even, let me write it like this. Am I right? I will be getting, by using scanf, I will be getting the integer value from the user. I can tell if their modulus value it is equal to 0, I can print, sorry, print it, it is an even number. Else I can say, this is the program, am I right, for checking whether the given number is odd or an even?
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to execute it, you can check it. It will be asking for the A value from the user. If I'm giving 3, it is an odd number that will get displayed. See, in order to have function and decision making statement, I can rewrite this program as, so this I can write it like this. See here, I can write function and I can define the function over here. You can get an input and after that you can return the value. So if I execute this, the same thing. What happened? Somewhere I have, so here, okay. I get confused. The variable declaration is missing. Int A. So here it is A1. Main. If semicolon is missing somewhere. Can you tell me where it is? Token is expected. Return A I have specified. Int A1 I have given. Int
I think
A1.
A1 after else statement. ma'am.
Ma'am, line number 14 maybe.
Ma'am, line number 14.
Line 14 maybe, ma'am.
Line 14, ma'am.
No. What is the problem?
Ma'am, semicolon after A1 brackets.
Yes, ma'am. After the circular brackets, parenthesis.
Ma'am, I think so. Int A1 will come.
We'll write it like this. It might be warning, that's it. So it is asking for an input. So problem with the main function closing, that's why error came. So here you can see, instead of passing this variable, here in this decision making statement, I'm using the function itself. So the same input I'm giving 3. So you will get the output as an odd number. Do you understand what is the difference here? See, you are using a function along with your decision making statement. By this way also you can write a function. Are you clear? See, normally as like ordinary variable, you can pass a function as an argument, and you can also perform an arithmetic operations inside, that is in your function, that is also permitted. And you can also use a decision making statement not inside the function. The function is used within the decision making statement. So instead of variable here, what I have did here, I have invoked the function A. So this A1, what it will do, it will get the value from the user, and that value will be returned here, and it will be checked for the condition. Are you clear?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
See, I have missed int. That is why here you can find the warning. So only that is a difference. So now you don't get any warnings. Are you clear?
Yes.
See, next one is function. See, similarly, you can make use of that looping statement also, as like how you are using your decision making statement. You can make use of function with looping statement also. That is also permitted. Can you tell me what are all the looping statements?
For, while, do while.
So for while and do while, instead of passing a variable, there you can have your while statement. That is the thing. Are you clear? So if you want to rewrite it, you can rewrite it. So you can make use of while here. You can get an input and pass the input. Here I'm giving not equal to 0. Until then, this particular loop will get iterated. See, for example, I'm printing the value. Whatever the input I'm getting, I can print it. percentage D space comma. See here I can give it as, instead of variable name, what I'm using? What I'm using?
Function.
So how it will do this? How I can execute this? What I can give it?
A1.
Let me check it. Return A until not equal to 0. Here A minus minus I can give. Now you execute that. See A1. Okay, double equal to I have specified. It should be single equal to. Again, it will invoke the function. Not it should be A1. So not equal to 0. I can write it like this. I don't want this to be checked. The entered value is non-zero. See, for example, no need to have a complication. So here I'm giving 3. The entered value is non-zero. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
See, if you want to have more than one values, by the case, if you want to iterate it, your loop, by the case, you should make use of a concept called arrays. More than one values, if you want to pass it, by the case, you use a concept called an array. See, the last topics for today's class that we are going to discuss is nothing but function with arrays. We are going to discuss it. So far we have passed only one value. Am I right or wrong? How many values I have passed from here to this, from the calling function, from the called function to the calling function? How many values I have passed here?
One value.
One value. If you want to pass more than one, that is, if you want to assign more than one value to a variable, you can move to a concept called an array. So here we are combining function with an array. So for example, you can declare a you can declare a function where you can get your input from the user. So I'm declaring a function int input or anything. See, for example, I'm going to write a function that is for displaying your output. So I can make it as a display, which is of type integer value. It is going to return. That is why the function has been declared like this. See, here you can declare an array number. I have declared it with some 5 values, and you can assign the values directly here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I got the value in the main function, and by using the display function, I'm going to display it. So how many times this particular loop get iterated?
5 times.
5 times. So I have to make use of a statement called
For loop.
for loop. You can use it. Here int I can declare. So I, which is equal to, tell me, 0, I, 10,
5.
5.
5, then
I plus plus.
I plus plus, sorry, I plus plus, I should invoke a function now. I should invoke a function display. Here you should have your function call. So it is going to return number I. From the calling function to the called function, you can have the function definition this display. You are getting the values from the user and you can make it as int. See here the value it is passed as an I. So you can get it by using any variable. So I'm making it as an X. Simply, this is for displaying. Am I right? Percentage D, double quotes, space. Here I can make it as X. No value it is going to return. So no need. So you can make it as void. So it is also, it's for displaying. So I can make it like this. Okay, this has to be given with inside the for loop. No.
Inside main.
Yes. Set and 0. Have you execute? Unexpected.
So, ma'am, you left a comma between in the
Ma'am,
printf
after semicolon, you have to write a comma. Type a comma.
Where?
In line 17.
Void display printf statement, ma'am, you missed a comma.
Line 17 in printf after.
Yes. Yes, I got it. Do you understand? See, to the function, I'm using passing an array element to a function. So this is nothing but an array elements. I'm passing this array element to the function display. See, this is the way you can write it when you are writing functions with an array. Are you clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know how to pass an array element to a function. So I get an input from the user. So here I got an input. I have given the input directly within the program itself. If you want to pass the input, that is, if you want to get an input from the user, that is also permitted. So you can write it by using the scanf statement. Again, you need to make use of this for loop. Scanf percentage D double quotes comma ampersand number I. Sorry. See, this is the way you can get an input from the user, and you can pass that input to the function display, and you can print it like this. Are you clear? See, this concept we can calling it as a passing an array elements to the function. So number I, which is nothing but an array, the input which you are giving it or you are getting it in an array, that value you are passing to the function display. See, that is why it is named as passing an array element to a function. See, you can ask like ordinary values, ask like a single value, you can pass a group of a value to a function. See, that could be possible by using a concept called an array. So when I execute this program, again I missed a comma. See, when I execute this, it will be asking an input, 5 input from the users. I can give it like this. See, and those input which is given to a function display, inside the display function, I'm simply printing it. Are you clear?
Yes.
So this we can call it as an passing an array to a function. Like a single value, you can able to pass more than one value to a function. See, that could be possible by using a concept called function with arrays. Any doubt? Are you clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
See,
Yes.
so far we discussed about function as an argument, then we discussed about function with operators, then we discussed with function with arrays, and function with decision making, and function with looping statement is also discussed. See, now we are going to discuss about recursive. What do you mean by recursive?
A function which calls itself.
The function which call itself, we can call it as a recursive function. Do you want any example to be explained for recursive?
Yes, ma'am.
See, let me write one program. So a function call itself. See, repeatedly. So such functions we can call it as a recursive function. Let me write one problem that is for finding the factorial. How we can use a recursive function. Let me write it. So hash include, start from hash include stdio.h, then end main return 0. This is the template which is, we have removed that. So you can declare a function. See, for example, I'm declaring a function int fact so you get a value from the user here itself, and I'm declaring one more variable. See, that is for invoking the function. F is equal to I'm invoking the function fact. So I can get the value of x here. Scanf double quotes %d double quotes comma ampersand x. So you can pass that value to this factorial function. Fact. You can get the value from the user. So x value are passing. I'm getting it in the variable name as m. Here you can write it int f, or I can give it as see, for example, if m which is equal to 1. See, if the value is equal to 1, it should return the value 1, or else it has to invoke the function. So I'm making it as an f1, which is equal to m star fact of m minus 1. Return f1. So what happens here, as you said from the definition, a recursive function is nothing but a function call itself recursively. Such functions we can call it as a recursive function. See, for example, here you consider the function fact. It is called repeatedly. So normally what happen? The control comes here. The variable get declared x and f, and you are getting the value to the variable x, and the x value you are passing to a function called fact. After 7, the control will be given here. Fact int m. See, for example, if you have given the value as 5, that 5 will be given to the variable m. It will be checking whether m is equal to 1. So if it is equal to 1, it will return the value as 1. If it is not equal to 1, what happens?